The Franco-Prussian War erupted in 1870. This conflict stemmed from diplomatic blunders and tensions between the Second French Empire and Prussia. At the heart of these tensions was a difference in military systems, particularly conscription. France had a large standing army with a flawed conscription system. Prussia embraced universal military service, creating a formidable force. This clash set the stage for a confrontation reshaping Europe's political landscape. The seeds of war were sown after the Austro-Prussian War of 1866. Prussia's victory over Austria established its dominance and unsettled Europe. France sought to contain Prussia's strength. The Spanish succession crisis ignited a diplomatic conflict, escalating to war. France declared war on Prussia on July 19, 1870. The French army, plagued by logistical issues, soon faced Prussia's military prowess. Like and subscribe to emgotv360 History for more stories. The Franco-Prussian War exposed the stark contrast between the conscription systems of France and Prussia. France relied on a system that combined a professional standing army with a conscripted reserve force. This system, riddled with exemptions and inequalities, created a two-tiered military structure. While the professional soldiers were well-trained and experienced, the conscripts often lacked adequate training and equipment. The system was also deeply unpopular, breeding resentment among those forced into service. Prussia, in stark contrast, had implemented a system of universal military service, mandating that all able-bodied men serve in the army for a period of 3 years. This system fostered a sense of civic duty and national unity, transforming Prussian society into a well-oiled military machine. The Prussian army benefited from a standardized training regimen and a professional officer corps. This system ensured a steady supply of disciplined and well-prepared soldiers ready to be mobilized at a moment's notice. The differences in conscription systems had a profound impact on the mobilization and combat effectiveness of both armies. Prussia, with its streamlined system, was able to mobilize its forces with remarkable speed and efficiency. Within weeks of the declaration of war, Prussia had assembled a formidable army equipped with superior weaponry and led by experienced commanders. The Prussian war machine, fueled by a sense of national purpose and military discipline, steamrolled through French defenses. France, burdened by its cumbersome conscription system, struggled to match Prussia's mobilization. The French army was plagued by delays, shortages, and logistical bottlenecks. Conscripts, ill-prepared for the harsh realities of war, were often demoralized and poorly equipped. The French leadership, overconfident in its military strength, failed to grasp the gravity of the situation. The French army, outmaneuvered and outgunned, suffered a series of humiliating defeats that shattered its morale. The home front, sacrifice and scarcity. The impact of conscription extended far beyond the battlefields, casting a long shadow over the civilian populations of both nations. In Prussia, the mobilization of such a large portion of the male population led to labor shortages in agriculture and industry. However, the Prussian people, united behind their army, endured these hardships with remarkable resilience. The war effort was bolstered by a sense of national purpose and the belief that Prussia was fighting a just war. In France, the impact of conscription on the home front was far more severe. The French people, already grappling with economic inequality and social unrest, were deeply divided over the war. The conscription system, seen as unfair and burdensome, exacerbated these divisions. The government's efforts to mobilize the nation for war were met with resistance and resentment. As the war dragged on and French defeats mounted, the home front descended into chaos and despair. Legacies of conscription, from Sedan to the World Wars. The Franco-Prussian War ended in a decisive Prussian victory. The Treaty of Frankfurt imposed harsh terms on France, including the annexation of Alsace-Lorraine. The war marked the end of the Second French Empire and the birth of the German Empire. Its legacy extended far beyond immediate political consequences. It highlighted the power of universal military service. The Prussian conscription system became a model for other nations. The lessons of the war resonated throughout Europe. Nationalist ambitions and mass conscription loomed over the 20th century. The two world wars served as grim reminders of the enduring legacy of the Franco-Prussian War. Like and subscribe to emgotv360 History for more stories.